We've got Larry Brown, or Coach Brown here with us today. And is it 84 team? 83, 84?
94. 93, 94.
They were the 30 years.
Yes.
They went to the Final Four. But I just remember how Steve Moore, the coach at Wooster, and then, of course, Brown and a number of coaches went up against each other. And it is just legendary. These two programs, Wooster, third all-time winning program, Wittenberg, all-time winning program.
You remember you and I did the 1800th win in Wittenberg history against Oberlin. By the way, we also did the 700th win in football against Capital. So we've done some historic games.
It's a lot of fun. And this one tonight is going to be interesting. Of course, Wittenberg lost by 1 at Wooster. So this is going to be an interesting game. And I know you're excited about it.
Yeah, let's take a look at the the standings. Coming in tonight, Wabash and Wooster. By the way, they play next week at Wabash. They're tied at the top of the NCAC on the men's side, 10 wins, 3 losses. Now, Wittenberg just 1 game behind at 9-4. Denison is at 9-5. They played 1 extra game. Ohio Wesleyan, 7-7. By the way, Ohio Wesleyan got off to a terrible start this year. They've been playing much better. Oberlin 6-7, DePaul 6-8, Kenyon 3-10, and boy, Hiram. I had the game here the other night, and boy, Hiram has not won a conference game all year. They're 0-13. Yes,
30
absolutely.
Points.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the Fighting Scots of Wooster. Starting at a guard from Bay Village, Ohio, is Ashton Price, and when they introduce them for the game, we'll give you their per game average. Point game average. Jaden Cox Holloway plays a guard forward. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. Also starting at a guard slot, a junior, Jameer Billings from Lorain, Ohio. He's 5'11". Starting at a guard forward slot, J.J. Klein, 6'2", from Wooster. He is the coach's son. And then Nick Everett is a forward from Salem, Ohio, and he is 6'8", and coach. They have won. Are you ready for this? 8 games in a row.
Yeah.
They've only lost 1 game so far in this calendar year.
Yeah, it's a team that I've read some information and talked to a number of people, and the 2 words that come to mind: locked in. That's what the players, the coaches are talking about for Wooster, is they feel like they're really locked in and they're playing as a team. It's a physical team, and that's the thing. That if there's one area that when Wooster played Wittenberg over there, it was the physical toughness that kind of pulled them through it. Wooster, and this game is going to have to be a game where Wittenberg shows its physicality. They control the paint, and they show physically that they can handle a very good Wooster team.
By the way, they're honoring the 1993-94 team that went to the Final Four here tonight, men's side. Taking a look at the starting lineup for the Wittenberg Tigers: Jeff Queen at a forward slot, senior, 6'1", from Cincinnati. Cameron Harrison plays off guard, junior, 6 foot, from Eaton, Ohio. Trey Killens is a point guard, junior, 6'1", from Cincinnati. Starting in a wing slot, sophomore, 6'6", Eddie Brown from Lewis Center, Ohio. And starting at the post, the senior, 6'7", from Indianapolis, Indiana, Daniel Asher. So we're about ready to get started. By the way, once again, the women won earlier today. Final there was 74-38. Other games tonight in the North Coast Athletic Conference. Well, actually, a couple of them were played earlier today. Denison at Kenyon, DePaul at Oberlin, and Wabash at Hiram is going on right now. I don't think you have to worry too much about Wabash being upset there. Hiram has yet to win a conference game this year. All right, once again, the 1993 and 94 team is going to be honored here tonight, men's team. By the way, got to meet Kelsey Reagan's mom tonight. That was a pleasure, and always fun to hear from the parents and the fans. A moment of silence. All right, about ready for our national anthem. PA announcer Ryan Maurer on the mic. Our national anthem. The Wittenberg Pep Band doing double duty today. They were here earlier for the women's win over Wooster. And now we're going to have the starting lineups. By the way, if you haven't heard, miracles of miracles, the Ohio State Buckeye men won today in double overtime. Beat Maryland. Ashton Price being introduced. He averages 15.5 points a game. 6'2", junior. Jaden Cox-Holloway, 6'6", averages 8 points a game, being introduced. Jameer Billings being introduced. He averages a little over 10.1. J.J. Klein being introduced. He averages 8.7 points per game. And the big man, Nick Everett, 6'8", averages 12.7 points per game, being introduced. Big game tonight. This is a huge game for both teams. And really, Scope, would you like a couple rosters there? Big game tonight, of course, for the Wittenberg Tigers also. Jeff Queen being introduced. Jeff averages 8.3 points per game, 6'1" wing. Cameron Harrison, the guard, averages 10.4 points. We saw him put on a show earlier in the year, 8 threes. Trey Killens, the point guard. Trey averages 19.5 points per game. Eddie Brown, 6'6", sophomore, averages 7.2 points per game. And the man in the middle, Daniel Asher, senior, number 32, averages 6.3 points per game.
Yeah, Daniel Asher is the post player. He'll see a lot of time trying to guard number 35, and that's Nick Everett, the big man for this Wooster team. The two guys at Wittenberg, are really, really good. Trey Killens, we mentioned him. Killens is a junior. He is probably the best player in the league according to a number of coaches. Averages 19.5 a game. He can take over a game. And then the other guy is junior Cameron Harrison. If he gets hot, Dave, he can light it up. He is a great three-point shooter. Okay,
I may have to do the hand scoring up here because I don't know if our live stats are going to work. Nothing's up yet. They don't have the line. So here we go, the tip. Back in the backcourt. Jameer Billings with the tip. So I'll just be able to keep score. I won't be able to do the rebound, give you any of the shooting statistics unless I get live stats going. Three-pointer. Oh, no, that's a pass. Shot put up and in.
Wooster attacks right away. They go inside to the big man. They were playing
Everett,
high side on him, and Everett just went and caught it and had great spacing, went straight up for an easy two.
Yeah, first I thought that was a three, but I think that was a pass.
It was a pass.
Yeah, because it was a good pass, too.
They set up a nice play, a high-low.
Cameron Harrison has the ball knocked away, gets it back. Now the ball is deflected out of bounds by J.J. Klein.
Wooster's come out in what looks like a man-to-man, but they're very in a denial stage. They're not letting Wittenberg catch it, and one of the things you'll see them do, they're going to try to keep the ball away from Trey Killens. If he gives it up, they don't want him to get it back.
Daniel Asher shot from left elbow, no good. Rebound comes down to Nick Everett. 2-0 Wooster with the ball and the lead. We played not quite a minute. Jameer Billings in the corner. Ashton Price going to put up a three. No good. Rebound. Daniel Asher. Excuse me, that was Jaden Cox-Holloway that put that three up.
Good hand in the face for Wittenberg. Good defense right off.
Trey Killens, three. Up and in, so the Tigers take the lead 3-2.
Trey Killens with a nice jump shot. He is truly one of the great point guards in this conference.
With the basketball, Nick Everett. Over to Jameer Billings. Now, nice steal by Jeff Queen on a pass intended for J.J. Klein.
Great quickness by Queen to get a hold of that basketball, and they set it up half court.
Nice pass to Daniel Asher. Goes up. Shot rejected out of bounds by Nick Everett.
That's something Everett really likes. He loves to block shots. He had a block shot a couple games ago that was critical, helped them to get into overtime. But he's a guy that is going to really try to block as many. And that time he came off, he was the second guy. He left his man. And when Wittenberg beat the first guy, he was there to clean things up.
Yeah, Daniel Asher did a nice pump fake. Looked like he was going to be open, but, yeah, Nick Everett came out to swat that one away. Trey Killens with a drive off the glass, up and in.
Killens is really smooth, and he's good. We always talk about, is a guy a three-shooter? Is he a driver? Guess what? This guy can do it all.
All right, with the basketball, Jameer Billings.
Ball pressure is going to be critical.
5-2, Wittenberg with a steal. Cameron Harrison to Jeff Queen.
Good hands, Wittenberg.
So I have to wait and get our stats after each half. Eddie Brown to Daniel Asher to Cameron Harrison. Bounce pass, Daniel Asher. Oh, he had a wide open lane for a layup and dribbled it off his leg.
Yeah, it looked like one of those running backs coming off tackle when the linebackers have committed, and it was clear sailing all the way to the end zone. But he did
dribbled it off his leg.
I think Wooster got a hand on it.
I think he did.
And then it went off his leg.
Because he had a clear channel, I tell you.
Yeah, he did. He was headed.
J.J. Klein to Nick Everett, another turnover. And now a foul on
That's a big
Nick
foul.
Everett.
We are going to watch clearly to see how Everett, Wittenberg would love to get him into foul trouble. That time he fumbled the ball, turnover, and then ran over the guy. Just was caught in a bad situation, and we've got a timeout.
All right, it's 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Coach, we talked about they're honoring the 1993-1994 team that went to the Final Four, and I'm sure it's kind of bittersweet, all the great memories, but they remember that semifinal game where they had a huge lead late, and unfortunately they lost a tough one down the stretch.
They did, and I was able to coach a few of those guys. I recruited Aaron Perry.
But what a great year, though, they had.
He was great, and that was Bill Brown, I think, his first year.
It was, yes.
And so Damon Goodwin, who's now at Capitol, the head coach, and great, he's in the Hall of Fame at Dayton, great shooter when I was coaching there. It was a tremendous team. The guy that was really good, and they don't talk about him a lot, is Anthony Robinson out of Fairborn. He was absolutely quick and fast. He was their point guard. And, of course, they had Luke Reagan, and they had a guy named Matt Croce.
E.J. Coppyhay has entered the lineup for Wooster. He's out of Hawaii. E.J. Coppyhay. Trey Killens with the basketball. Over to Eddie Brown. Over to Jeff Queen. Jeff going to back it out. 10 on the shot clock. Jeff Queen, top of the key, 3 on the way. Count it! Jeff Queen has been hot from beyond the arc lately. And 8-2. And boy, Trey Killens almost with a steal.
Yeah, now they will go into a full court on a make. They will go into a full court man-to-man, and that's what Wittenberg's doing. And they'll throw it on you, and if you're not ready, they'll steal it.
Good news, we got our live stats up.
Oh, nice.
So it is 8-2, so now I don't have to keep score by hand, and I'll be able to tell you what's going on here. In fact, let's look. Wittenberg is right now 3 of 5 for the field, 60%. They're 2 of 2 from long range. Wooster is 1 for 2 from the field, and they've yet to put up a 3. And as far as rebounding goes, it is 1-1. But turnovers, 3 on Wooster already, 1 on the Tigers. You ready for this? Already the Tigers with 5 points off turnovers.
Well, I'm going to give you a suggested score.
Okay.
If Wittenberg can hold Wooster to 66 or less, remember that point. Write that down. 66 points or less, they will beat this team at Wooster. Wittenberg needs to score at least 73. I mean, if it's 66, they need 67.
Yeah,
but they need to score around 73. The teams that have beaten Wooster have scored in the 72 range, 73 range. So,
and Wooster averages a little over 78 points a game.
Yes, they do.
Gives up not a little under 70, 69.7. Wittenberg scores 72.7 points per game, and they give up 67.3.
But the teams that they've lost to, when they look at the stats, it's right around 66.
J.J. Klein with a big 3 from the top.
That's a big 3.
8-5.
They average 7 threes a game. They take about 18, and that's another thing. Wittenberg cannot let them get on a roll.
J.J. Klein, it's got to be fun to be able to play for your dad. Jeff Queen, nice steal. Jameer Billings with a steal from Jeff Queen. Bounce pass. Back to Jameer Billings.
Good pressure.
He's going to put up bounce pass inside and stolen away. Trey Killens.
Boy, he's quick. Fourth turnover for Wooster.
Trey Killens goes up for a shot and scores. Trey Killens.
He is really good off the dribble. If it's a one-on-one situation and he's got the inside play on the right side and can penetrate, He's got that nice touch off the glass. Another nice point for him. Big play, 10-5.
He's got 7 of the 10 points.
Yep.
Shot put up from the baseline by E.J. Copihay.
Well, you don't want a guy like Copihay to beat you.
It's now 10-7. Again, Copihay from Hawaii.
Wouldn't someone tell him that it's cold in Ohio?
Here we go. Trey Killens just got fouled on his way to the bucket. He's going to go to the line for 2.
That'd be a tough sell, wouldn't it, Dave?
Yes.
To get a guy to leave Hawaii. Really?
Trey Killens shooting 82%. So we're going to take a break. We've got 15-17 left to play in the first half. Wittenberg on top 10-7. We'll be at the line for 2 shots for Trey Killens when we come back. You're listening to Wittenberg Basketball on your sports network, powered by TKDF Sports. We'll be back.
As the university is perfectly positioned to welcome an esports program like none other. Wittenberg's impressive athletics tradition and Tiger Up spirit, mixed with a strong commitment to student success, will allow for a program that competes at the highest level while also caring deeply for each player, both personally and professionally. Esports at Wittenberg will not only be about gaming, but will also be about changing the game. Together, we will build a supportive, dynamic community as we bring our own distinct light to the global phenomenon of esports right here in Springfield, Ohio. It's time to Tiger Up. Let's go.
Welcome back here to Payman Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams, along with the coach Jim Scobie. Glad to see you, Coach. Trey Killens going to go to the line for, count them, 2 free throws, 10-7. Tigers on top. Again, Trey is an 82% free throw shooter. Looking for points 8 and 9 already. And there's number 8. Free thrown away, make it 9. So Trey Killens has 9 points. We haven't even played 5 minutes yet. E.J. Copihay with the basketball. Ashton Price to Jameer Billings. Jameer Billings shot 14 feet out, no good. Trey Killens with the rebound. Here comes Trey quickly down court. Over to Eddie Brown to Cameron Harrison. Cameron Harrison with the basketball. By the way, Tyler Galuch, Catholic Central product, now in the lineup for Springfield, Wittenberg. Tyler Galuch with the basketball to Cameron Harrison. Cameron going to drive. Kicks it back out, stops, shot from the baseline, no good. Rolled around, fell off. Yeah, Tyler Galuch, the Springfield product from Catholic Central. He's had a nice freshman year. E.J. Copihay, Ashton Price. Dawson Scott in the lineup also for the Tigers.
Well, Klein wanted a foul on that. Wittenberg bumped one of his players. He is hot.
I tell you what, it sure did look like a foul.
It did too.
In the line, Isaiah Johnson in the lineup for Wooster, and he just hit a 3.
Coach Klein is really letting this official on this sideline to have it.
Isaiah Johnson with a 3-pointer, and now it's 12-10. Wittenberg up 2. Cameron Harrison to Trey Killens. Trey Killens starts a drive, backs up, 3-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound, Dawson Scott knocked away from him. Cameron Harrison picks it up. Cameron over to Tyler Galuch, back to Cameron Harrison. 3-pointer left corner, no good. Dawson Scott loses it, but Trey Killens gets it back, goes up and scores. Trey Killens.
Great job on the offensive glass for Wittenberg. That's an area that they have to have pluses on. They get a couple offensive rebounds, kept the ball alive, and then Killens caught it and went the same direction, that right side, and used the bank.
Trey Killens has come to play tonight. Ashton Price 3, up and in. Nice play by E.J. Copihay. That ball was over his head going out of bounds, and he saved it into Ashton Price, and he buries a 3. It's now 14-13.
You know, the guy that really you got to watch is Ashton Price as far as that, the junior. He is he does it all. He averages 15 points a game.
Tyler Galuch shot. Cameron Harrison with a 3. Nice play by Dawson Scott to knock that rebound out. I'm sorry, Coach.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
To Cameron Harrison. He hits a 3. Yeah, Ashton Price, he hits 41% of his threes.
He's very, very good, and he's one of those guys that can get hot on you.
Took that shot, missed it. Another nice save This time by Johnson, Isaiah Johnson.
Thought he walked.
J.J. Klein lost control of the ball, but Ashton Price able to get it. Ashton Price.
Oh, great
He
defense.
is fouled. Cameron Harrison, they call a foul on Cam.
Oh, I thought he had all ball on that, but they said he got body.
17-13. It's going to be Ashton Price at the line for 2. Isaac Rader going to check in the next dead ball for Wooster. Also Nick Everett coming back in, and it looks like also Justin Cox-Holloway coming back in. For Wittenberg, Grayson Steary in the lineup. Also Keith Rivers in the lineup. And Daniel Asher back in for the Tigers. So it's now 17-14. Ashton Price with one more free throw. Again, shooting 81% on the year. Not the type of guy you want to foul.
I think Matt Crosey's going to try to play a lot of players. You can get really worn out playing this Wooster team. Coach
Klein,
he's known for playing a lot of guys. So,
by the way, Trey Killens has really come to play tonight.
Oh, yeah.
With the ball over to Daniel Asher. Daniel Asher drives, dishes back out, Grayson Steary. Steary drives, in trouble, shot off the glass, up and in, Grayson Steary with 2.
Boy, they have got that 10 to 15 foot jump shot off the glass.
Grayson Steary.
They've hit about 5 or 6 of those.
The freshman from Ashland.
Yeah.
With a basketball.
Wittenberg needs a stop. You can't keep trading with these guys.
Ashton Price in the corner. To Isaac Rader. Nice dish off to Nick Everett. He missed a layup, but a late foul called. Nick Everett's going to go to the line for 2. Got fouled by Daniel Asher. We've got 11:36 left to play in the first half. And going the line for 2 is going to be Nick Everett, where he shoots 66%. All right, we're going to take a break right now. We'll be back after this. 19-15 Tigers on top.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I did. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
All right, back here at Pregame Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams, along with the coach Jim Scobie. Doing double duty today for me. The women won earlier today, 74-38. And by the way, good news for the women. The Oberlin Yo women upset DePaul this afternoon.
Wow.
So DePaul now with 3 losses on the year. Wittenberg with 3 losses on. Wittenberg's got a big week coming up. They've got to go to Oberlin and to Ohio Wesleyan.
Wow, that's going to be important. And this is a Wittenberg program that's really gotten better, I think.
Yes.
You know.
Nick Everett going the line for 2 free throws.
Big concern right now with Wooster. Wittenberg cannot let them get settled in the paint because in the last game they had 60 points in the paint. They live there. They'll offensive rebounding. They just want to control. They'll try to post it, but they'll also on misses they'll go right back up. And this is the important place for Wittenberg. They've got to be able to stop them in there. And now you're going to see a 1-3-1, 1-2-1-1.
Yeah. Nick Everett, by the way, hit both free throws.
Wooster will do this. They'll run a 1-2-2 and then drop back into a 3-2.
Cal Bavinal also in the lineup for Wittenberg now. Daniel Asher, Tyler Galuch, Grayson Steary, and Keith Rivers out there. Tyler Galuch over to Grayson Steary. Grayson Steary back.
Got to look in the post.
Cal Bavinal in the corner. Tyler Galuch, he's going to drive. Stop, pop from the baseline, no good. And now a shot clock violation. That ball hit the side of the backboard, came back. So Worcester can come down and tie the ball game or take the lead with a 3.
Wittenberg did not attack the lane. You have to get it in the middle of the lane, at least on a swing.
And now almost a steal by Cal Bavinal.
I thought he
ball
fouled.
Still loose. Isaiah Johnson was able to get that one back. Nick Everett, reverse layup, no good. Got his own rebound. You talked about, Coach. They're deadly on the offensive boards.
Well, he's a man
Three
child.
on the way, no good. Rebound, saved in, but Wittenberg gets it. Grayson Steary, Cal Bavinall. Isaiah Johnson tried to save it, but threw it in.
Tigers need a basket. They have not been able to score against this half-court zone.
Bounce pass is kicked by Nick Everett.
The good part is they tried to get it inside, which is a good thing, and now Coach Crosey's going to bring in some troops.
Trey Killens, after a short, well-deserved rest, back in along with Jeff Queen. A little more offensive firepower in there right now. Grayson Steer and Cal Bavinall take a rest. Jeff Queen inbounds to Daniel Asher. Back to Trey Killens. Trey Killens over to Keith Rivers, and then he goes to Tyler Galuchin to Daniel Asher. Pass to Keith Rivers. Keith goes up and missed a layup, missed a putback. So the freshman, well, that was a tough one.
Yeah, that was point blank, and
yeah,
he just couldn't make it happen.
Should have been an easy one.
Yep.
Three-pointer on the way, count it. Isaiah Johnson with a three, and Wooster on top 20-19.
Yeah, they get their lead there, and Isaiah Johnson, again, he is one of those guys that can do a little bit of everything, forward, sophomore, and hit a nice three.
Coach, you're playing a team like Wooster, you can't afford to miss point-blank layups.
No.
Trey Killens going to drive, dishes off to Keith Rivers. He dribbles, picks it up, bounce pass at Daniel Asher. Daniel goes up, goaltend. Oh, wait a minute. You have got to be kidding me. They did not call goaltend on that. My goodness. They are going crazy, and that was definitely goaltending. Wow. Nick Everett goaltended.
No doubt about it.
Oh, my goodness. Matt Croce is upset they won't go and look at it. That was without a doubt a goaltend.
Yeah, this crowd really got into that.
Not even close. My goodness. Isaiah Johnson open for another three. Count it. Isaiah Johnson. Matt Croce's going to get a technical.
Well, they've got to get 12 off of that three line.
Well, that was ridiculous.
Same place.
How in the world did they miss that goaltend?
Yeah, I thought the official was going to call it. He looked like he turned around and was about to call it, and then they kept on playing. And I think that's what caused Wittenberg to have a turnover, because I think they thought that there was a call.
Well, it's now 23-19. Look, I don't like to criticize officials, because usually officials, but how in the world do you miss that one? I mean, that was a clear-cut goaltend.
That's where you'd like to go over to the side and have another official or someone say, no, wait a minute.
Well, Coach Croce kept saying, look at the pad.
Yeah.
They're looking at pads now.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they'll look at an iPad for something stupid, like somebody's got a 12-point lead in the ball. They're trying to figure out who the ball went off of.
Right.
And they'll take 3 minutes.
Wooster in this 1-2-1-1. They'll drop back into a 3-2.
By the way, back in lineup, Eddie Brown. Trey Killens with a basketball.
Since Wooster went to this zone, Wittenberg's had a hard time getting the ball in the right place.
Trey Killens to Jeff Queen, three, top of the key. Jeff Queen with a three.
That'll get you out of the three real quick.
23-22.
Big shot. That was needed. They had to have that. They had not scored in a while.
Right.
Wittenberg.
With a basketball. Wooster. Jeff Queen all over Isaiah Johnson. In the lineup now, number 15, Vinny Vacalis.
Wow, what a drive.
Shot put up and in. Vinny Vacalis. 25-22, Tigers down 3. 8:09 left to play in the first half.
Vacalis is a sophomore, and he's known as a driver, but he's got a good shot.
Daniel Asher out to Trey Killens, open for three. Tied. Count it. Trey Killens has tied the ball game.
His stats are unbelievable in this first half. He's shooting the ball really well, Dave.
He's got 14 points already. He is 4 for 5 from the field, 2 for 3 from beyond the arc.
That's pretty good.
Actually make it 5 for 6 now, because he didn't have that up yet.
Yeah.
3 the other way, up and in by Vinny Vacalis.
Vacalis has come off the bench and made some plays. Hit a three. They're
28-25.
Coach Klein has got to feel good about that some of his starters have not been able to score, but his bench people have.
I don't know if our lives, no, well, the score's right. Trey Killens has his shot rejected. And I don't think Coach liked that either. He thought Trey got fouled. 3, top of the key, no good. Rebound to Eddie Brown. That was Isaiah Johnson put that 3 up. Back the other way, Trey Killens with the basketball. Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown's going to drive, put up shot with the left hand, no good. Again, missed a layup.
Point blank, second missed layup. Tigers cannot afford to give up that. That's 4 points they've given away.
Isaiah Johnson with the basketball. Wooster up 28-25, 6:38 to play. First half. Down to Nick Everett. Yeah, way down. I tell you, he gets that low, you're not going to stop him.
I thought he moved his feet when he caught it.
Man, Coach Crosey's going crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's they're missing a good game, the officials.
Tyler Galuch to Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen, shot from beyond the foul line, up and in, 30-27.
Very nice. Needed that shot.
Now let's see if the Tigers can get a stop.
Well, they're going to go this man-to-man full. They'll look for opportunities.
5:59.
They drop back into a man half-court setting.
Isaiah Johnson to Jaden Cox-Holloway.
Watch the big man down low. That's their whole concern, is to get it to him.
Vinny Vacalis just shoved off Trey Killens. I didn't think they were going to call it for a minute.
Call. Crosey
Wow.
had to really influence or at least say something to the official because he wasn't going to call it.
I mean, he
knocked him over to the W on the wall.
I mean, he put his left arm at him and just shoved him out of the way.
Sure did.
And you're right, I didn't think they were going to call it at first. So game getting a little crazy here.
It is.
It's 30-27, timeout. We'll keep it right here. We've got 5:40 left to play in the first half. And, hey, this is just what you always expect out of Wooster and Wittenberg, right?
Oh, it's a backyard brawl. It's two schools that have got so much history in basketball and have had so many great coaches and players that this is considered, I would think, probably one of the best rivals, maybe top 10 in the nation as far as rivalries. And it just is, and you really can't say, Dave, it almost seems like Wooster plays better here at Witt and Witt plays better at Wooster. I mean, if you look at the stats, but there have been numerous years where Wittenberg's taken them both. But
by the way, Wooster shoots 50% from the field on the year. Coach, tonight they're 10 of 16, 63%.
That's a great shooting group.
They're 6 of 9 from beyond the arc.
Yeah.
And Wittenberg is 5 of 8, 5 from 8 from beyond the arc. So both teams shooting well from beyond the arc.
And Wooster,
Cameron Harrison has the ball knocked away. And, man.
What a play.
Nice steal by Jameer Billings. He dishes it off for a layup, and now it's 32-27.
Good effort, too, on the 50-50 ball. That's something that Wittenberg was concerned about. At Wooster, a lot of 50-50 balls went to Wooster.
Well, Wooster got that because they wanted it more.
They wanted it more.
Trey Killens, long three, no good. Rebound, E.J. Copyhay.
Look at the speed.
Here comes Jameer Billings.
They're pushing it.
He loses it, but E.J. Copyhay gets it. Out front, to Jaden Cox-Holloway. Over to Ashton Price.
Saudi travel.
Ashton Price under the bucket. Ashton Price dishes off in the corner. Shot put up. J.J. Klein, no good. Rebound, Eddie Brown.
Big rebound by Brown. They needed that. Now they've got to get a good shot here.
Trey Killens to Jeff Queen over to Eddie Brown.
Worcester's gone back to their man-to-man.
Cameron Harrison to Trey Killens. Trey Killens. You know they're talking about how do you stop Trey Killens.
Don't give him the ball.
Long three put up. Cameron Harrison, no good. Rebound, J.J. Klein. Dawson Scott back in line. He's really given Tigers some great minutes the last few weeks.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has.
He averages a little over 6 a game. Ashton Price in the lane. Dishes back. Over to Jaden Cox-Holloway. In the corner, E.J. Copyhay. Turnaround shot, no good.
He had to force that. The defense was really, really good by Wittenberg, and
Good box out by Cameron Harrison,
they
too.
chested him really well, and he had nowhere to go. He had to go straight up, and good defense.
3:35 left to play in the first half. Trey Killens with the basketball to Daniel Asher. Trey Killens, long three, no good. Rebound comes down to Jaden Cox-Holloway. So Trey might have been just a little out of his depth.
Yeah, I think he's a little tired right now, too. He may want to just maybe try to penetrate, make some plays that way. Sometimes you need to back off of it some.
E.J. Coppier shot off the glass, up and in.
Boy, Coppier has looked good. He's really helped out in this first half for Wooster to have this 7-point lead.
All right, with the basketball, Tigers. Dawson Scott over to Jeff Queen. Tigers need a bucket bad.
Everything's been on the outside, though. They haven't been able to really get it in low.
Cameron Harrison, now they're going to call a foul on Wooster. See who they call it on. Coppier, it's his first. Fourth on Wooster. I think Coach Croce settled down a little bit. Of course, Matt Croce at Wittenberg and Doug Klein, the coach at Wooster. And neither one of those will want one coach to get the upper hand.
Well, and the interesting thing, both coaches were tremendous players for their schools. Doug Klein, probably he's one of the highest scorers in Wooster history, All-American. Matt Croce, one of the great scorers at Wittenberg, All-American.
He was the NCAC Player of the Year when he was a senior, and he was also the only one ever to be named NCAA Coach of the Year at two different schools.
Yeah, he was at Kenyon, and then he came here and got it. But these two guys could really play. Croce was more of a shooter, but it was interesting because they really, Klein was a guy that could just grind it. I mean, he was tough inside, played the wing, could shoot a little bit around the perimeter. But they were both fighters. They were both guys that you wanted on your team, and they're perfect coaches because they'll get everything they can out of their teams.
All right, Wittenberg going to inbound the basketball with 2:38 left to play. Tigers down 7. Worcester's won 8 in a row, going for win number 9 in a row. Their only loss this calendar year back in January was to Wabash, and they play at Wabash next week. They lost to Wabash at Wooster. They've got to play there next week. They're both tied at 10-3. Trey Killens.
You got to call that.
J.J. Klein picks up the foul.
They're ripping at him. But again, Dave, when you look at it, the last few minutes, the last 7 minutes, when Worcester's gone on this run, the zone really bothered Wittenberg. They couldn't get it inside. They haven't been able to score from the inside. A lot of the missed shots now are from the outside. So Wittenberg has got to find a way to get on the glass offensively.
Dean Tate in the lineup.
Another shot.
Dean Tate in the lineup for Wittenberg.
Another shot from out and blocked. So you've got to be physical right now as Wittenberg on offense must get it in the paint.
Jameer Billings to Jaden Cox-Holloway. Right now, Wooster just looks like the better team right now, the way they're playing.
They do.
Shot up and in by Isaac Rader.
They're playing with confidence, and they can do that.
And they've got a bunch of shooters if you look at these shooting averages.
But it's their defense right now that's shutting down a very good Wittenberg team. And Wittenberg can't get it in the paint. They can't get there's a play. They had one guy down low, had a mismatch.
36-27. Trey Killens in the lane, puts up a shot. Wild.
Killens,
no good.
Again, trying to penetrate and make a play against the trees, and it's hard.
Well, E.J. Coppier misses a shot. I think Wooster thought there was a foul.
Tigers need a basket bad.
Tyler Galuch goes up, and he's fouled, I think. No, they say it's knocked out of bounds by Wooster.
You know, Tyler Galuch is from Catholic Central here in Springfield. He's a freshman. But what the coaches love about Galuch is he is a tough guy. He is a grinder. He's a guy that will get those 50-50 balls. He'll get on the floor. He can rebound. He plays really hard in the paint. And, they may want to try to get it into him.
He's going to have a nice career here at Wittenberg.
Oh, he is. And he's a solid kid academically. Everybody likes him, and he's a Tiger. He's got it.
Eddie Brown with a nice bucket in the lane.
And there it is.
Off the glass.
That'll be a start.
Tigers back within 7, 36-29. We've only got 1:05 left to play here in the first half.
Tigers have got, if they get it back at least once or twice.
Isaac Rader's shot put up no good.
Look for the ball in the paint.
Here come the Tigers.
Unless you can go coast to coast.
Tyler Galuch travels.
Oh.
Man, when you're down 7, you're trying to get back in the game. You just don't want to give up. You don't want to have the turnovers.
Well, what happened is he tried to do a ball fake and then dribble. You're much better off just passing it.
Yeah. All right, so with 51.7 seconds left playing the half, Wooster with the ball and a 7-point lead.
Worcester's probably going to go for one shot here, even though they've got a chance to, there'll be enough time for.
Oh, yeah, Wittenberg, a lot of time between
but
shot
still,
clock and the game clock.
I think they're going to take the air out a little bit and try to get it inside. There he is, Everett.
They're going to, Nick Everett, you get him low. Man, he's hard to stop. It looked like he used an elbow there.
Yes, he did.
38-29.
No help at all on the opposite side. You're going to have to get someone to double him and what we call digging, someone who digs the ball out of the post player.
Trey Killen's going to hold for the last shot of the half. Well, there's maybe just a smidge between the shot clock and the game clock. Not much time at all. Trey Killens to Dean Tate. Dean Tate loses control of the ball going up, and he got fouled. Wow. He's going to go to the line for 2. Where Dean Tate, though, on the year, he's been to foul line 4 times. He's hit 1.
Wow. That one was interesting. I thought it kind of left his hands. They called a foul on it, so they must have gotten a little part of his arm.
And by the way, don't get us wrong. We were really upset with that non-call on the goaltend. Missed free throw by Tate.
There's no doubt.
But they're not losing the game because of officials.
No.
Worcester's really playing great basketball.
Their defense has been the difference. They've held this Wittenberg team to 29 points, possibly 30.
Well, Trey Killens and Jeff Queen were keeping them in the game for a while now. Dean Tate 1 for 5 now from the foul line, make it 2 for 6. 38-30, 3.1 ticks left. Really plenty of time to get a shot off.
Really is.
Jaden Cox-Holloway, the 6'6" forward, going to inbound. Gorsing run the baseline, throws it into Ashton Price. And Ashton Price lost the ball. Cameron Harrison puts up a shot from at the midcourt line, but no good. So we've played 20 minutes in the books. Wittenberg down 38-30. And let's take a look at the individual scoring. Then we'll come back right before halftime, give you the team numbers. For Wooster, everybody's played has scored except Jameer Billings. 2 for Jaden Cox-Holloway. 3 each for J.J. Klein and Vinny Vakalis. E.J. Copyhay with 4. Isaac Rader with 4. Ashton Price with 5. 8 for Nick Everett and Isaiah Johnson. 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. He's got 9. 4 of the Wittenberg Tigers. Playing and not scoring in the first half, Dawson Scott, Daniel Asher, Tyler Galuch, Keith Rivers, and Cal Bavanaugh. Dean Tate with 1. 2 each for Eddie Brown and Grayson Sterry. 3 for Cameron Harrison. 8 for Jeff Queen. 14 for Trey Killens. If the Tigers are going to get back in this game, Coach, they've got to get more production from somebody besides Trey Killens and Jeff Queen. It can't be a 2-man show.
Well, and it's got to be on the inside. I really am a firm believer that this is a game that is physical. It's the game that you have to be able to play physical basketball. I said football, but it's similar to that. You have to be able to get it inside, and you got to be able to score inside. And on the flip side, you got to play defense, especially in the paint and around the perimeter. And it's Wooster has played great defense, and they've shot it pretty well.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with about 12 and a half minutes. Right now, we'll go to the floor where they're talking about the 1993-94 team.
NCAA College Division Championship team. And after serving as an assistant in the program, he served as head coach from 1970 to 1976, where he compiled a record of 119-38, including a national runner-up finish in 1976. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Hamilton. The Wittenberg Department of Athletics wishes to thank all the game day personnel making today's game happen, including athletic staff, student workers, and especially our volunteers.
Because we're going to have these guys come, right? All those guys there are going to be there. Once they're done, we'll turn the audio off, cut the commercial.
Also, Wittenberg University Department of Athletics and Recreation would like to thank the generous support of its corporate partners, including Beacon Orthopedics, Team Pride, Mercy Health Sports Medicine, Security National Bank, Mike and Rosie's, Alpha and Omega Cleaning Services, Panis Construction, Cardinal Transportation, Pregame, Chick-fil-A, Buffalo Wild Wings, Tropical City, and Raising Cane's. These are proud partners of the Tigers support the mission of Wittenberg University Athletics and NCAA Division III. We invite you to support them. While during the halftime, we also remind you that the concession stand is open for business in the Legends lobby. Take hunger out of the game with a full slate of
Good to go, Parker.
You like to hear that, huh?
I just want to make sure you're
Now we're good, thank you.
Yeah, I'm good. We're moving along. We're moving along good.
one-stop shop for all the Wittenberg news and
Well, you
information.
know, I gotta be selfish. Just finish the regulation. I don't care what time said I don't care. I know all right
We already had this with Ohio State.
I hear it.
Bubble over gas out of So when they're done with these guys, we'll go ahead and do the commercial. I'm sure they're going to recognize him, right? Drum roll, please. Somebody do something. This is the bad part. Everybody's standing around looking at each other, trying to figure out what's going on. This is college. Doesn't that disappear after high school? I thought college used different things. Alright, what is going on, guys? You know, at this point, hold on. Ryan's look like he's reading something, looking at something. I'm almost saying let's do at least a 30-second commercial. Go up the esports one or something. I don't see it happening, right? At least that one we can cut into if we need to, right? I thought he was too. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Morgan saved the day. She went over there and said, I'm tired of people looking at each other, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special group of Wittenberg University men's basketball alumni in the house today who we would like to recognize at this time. Assembled before you on the court are players and coaches who are all part of a very special Wittenberg season 30 years ago. The 1993-94 season was one of the best in program history, as the Tigers posted an overall record of 30-2, including a perfect 16-0 North Coast Athletic Conference record. 1993-94 team also still holds 8 school records for a season, including field goals made, field goals attempted, rebounds, points, scoring average, assists, steals, and wins. First-year head coach Bill Brown, the Tigers won their first 24 games of the season and stood atop the national rankings for much of the season. After winning the program's 6th straight NCAC regular season title, the Tigers were the conference tournament runner-up and earned a berth in the 1994 NCAA Division III tournament. Wittenberg advanced to the Final Four for the 6th time in program history before falling in overtime to Lebanon Valley. After the semifinal loss, the Tigers bounced back with a 73-62 winners over St. Thomas to claim 3rd place nationally. At this time, we would like to introduce the team members and coaches from the 1993 and 94 season. Players: Mark Belusic,
You don't know nothing talking about the stats. Oh, yeah. You're funny. I'd go ahead and cut now, do a commercial.
To rise above the competition, generations of Wittenberg Tigers have been encouraged to reach down deep for something more. More than skill or strength, more than precision or power, they were asked to do something extra, something beyond themselves. They needed to tiger up. Coined by a Hall of Fame coach and chanted repeatedly for decades since, Tiger Up serves as the rallying cry for championship teams and All-American performances. It calls us to greater determination and an unwavering spirit. To wear the red and white of Wittenberg is an honor, a tradition of excellence to uphold. So is the opportunity to Tiger Up. It's more than a phrase, it's a legacy that binds us, uniting us in victorious celebration and spurring us on to greater heights, even in defeat. Tiger Up echoes across campus, bridging the past and the present as we stand together as Wittenberg Tigers. With the trademark now officially ours, we embrace a new era where the roar of the Tigers resounds louder than ever before. And through it, we will continue to define what it means to compete at the highest levels, inspired by tradition, and in full embrace of a promising future. Tiger Up.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
All right, welcome back here to Pam Emma Smith Arena. I'm Dave Williams, along with the coach, Jim Scobie. Glad to see the coach here again tonight. Right now, a sad tale for the Tigers, for you Wooster Scott fans. The good news is Wooster leads 38-30. Wooster shot the lights out here in the first half, 14 of 20, and they shoot well. I mean, they average 50% from the field, and they actually shoot 38% from three. And really, if you shoot 35% from three, I think you got to be happy. But they are 14 of 24 from the field, 58%. Wittenberg 11 of 28, 39%. Remember, Wittenberg started out hot, and the Wooster defense has really calmed them down. Wittenberg 5 of 12 from beyond the arc, 42%. Wooster 6 of 9, 67%. Wooster perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line. Wittenberg 3 for 4. Wooster with 6 turnovers, Wittenberg 5. Points off turnovers, Wittenberg 7, Wooster 4. Total rebounds, it is all tied 12-12. Offensive rebounds, Wittenberg with 4, Wooster with 2. Assists, 9 for Wooster, 7 for Wittenberg. Blocks, Wooster has 4 blocks, Wittenberg does not have a block. Steals, Wittenberg 5, Wooster 2. Bench points, man, Wooster all over that, 20-3. Second chance points, Wittenberg on top, 7-2. Points in the paint, Wooster on top, 14-10. And fast break points, nobody scored a fast break point. But I tell you what, the Wooster defense you talk about, Coach, they kind of put on a clinic in the first half.
Yeah, they really did. And I think the key to this thing, if you look at stats, you will see a couple things that jump out at you. First of all is the bench points. Wooster has 20 bench points to only 3 for Wittenberg. That's a sign of guys that can pick up. As you mentioned early on, Wooster had trouble getting it going. But the guys that came off the bench made some big plays and were able to get some points off the bench. The other thing is the threes. The fact that they made 6 threes, 6 out of 9. Now, this is a Wooster team that basically only shoots 7 a game, makes 7 a game. They've made 6. It took 9 of them. They normally take 18. So they're shooting a really good percentage from the 3 line. And Tigers have not been able to get out there. As far as offense for the Tigers, well, let's go back to Nick Everett. He's been low. They don't have an answer for him, the post player for Wooster. And then Isaiah Johnson, he hits 3 shots that are threes. He's got 9 points from the 3. That's huge. That's the difference really in this game right now.
And he came off the bench.
He came off the bench. And then lastly, you got to like the way Killens played. Of course, shooting it, he has 14 points, but you can't completely depend on him. You're going to wear the guy out.
Well, the thing is, I talked about you just can't rely on Jeff Queen and Trey Killens. In fact, you look at Wooster, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 guys have scored. And sure, maybe some of them only have 3 or 4, but when you have that many guys score, that adds up. So they've got more options right now.
They do. Jeff Queen has had a good game with 8.
Yes.
But Cameron Harrison only has 3, and he's a guy that they really lean on.
All right, second half underway. Wittenberg with the basketball. Tigers down. And by the way, remember you said 66 points?
Yeah. At
halftime, Wooster has 38.
That's crazy. It's going to take an incredibly good defensive setup for Wittenberg.
You'd have to hold them to 28 points this half.
Pretty
nice
tough.
Steal by Nick Everett. Eddie Brown tried to sling a passer there, and Everett just took it from him.
And I said that Wittenberg had to score about 76 So they're 36 away. They just need to get some
Now
stops.
Cameron Harrison with a steal.
There's a steal. Now make them pay.
Jeff Queen with a basketball. Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown driving. Eddie Brown going up. Eddie Brown up and in.
That's a good start.
38-32. Wittenberg cuts the lead to 6. Wooster, Ashton Price with the basketball. Same starters, Ashton Price, Jaden Cox-Holloway, Jameer Billings, J.J. Klein, Nick Everett. 3 on the way, J.J. Klein up and in, J.J. Klein.
You know, he hit a shot like that early on in the first half that really was a big 3, and this one is just like it. Just when it looked like Wittenberg was maybe starting to get on a roll, he hits the 3.
His only 2 shots he's hit this game.
Yep.
Daniel Asher in the lane, hook shot up and in.
That's big.
Nice play, Daniel Asher.
They're going inside, and that's what they have to do. Wittenberg's got to really grind it out in the paint.
Daniel Asher, Eddie Brown, Trey Killens, Cameron Harrison, Jeff Queen, the original starters to start the game. So each team has their original starters. And Eddie Brown with a nice steal. Worcester's turned the ball over a little bit. That's their 8th turnover.
And none of this matters unless you make them pay. You got to make them pay on it.
Jeff Queen with a basketball. Jeff Queen to Trey Killens. Trey's not fine as easy did at the beginning of the game. Trey Killens in the lane, shot up and in.
He's
Trey
smooth.
Killens.
He is smooth.
He is.
If you want to come see a player, you need to get out here and watch this guy. He averages 19.5, and he's got, 16 right now?
16.
He's really good.
Oh, nice pass to Nick Everett, and he scores. Great pass by number 22, Jameer Billings.
They go a 4 out. Actually, they go 5 out. They put Everett out to set a screen, and then once he rolls, there's nobody help side.
Yeah.
He's got an easy way.
43-36, and now Daniel Asher turnaround shot.
Love it.
That could have been an offensive foul on Wittenberg, but Nick Everett gave somebody an elbow in the first half.
Amen. And I think that's what you have to do now.
And
Coach Klein.
I don't blame Coach Klein. That was a foul. Looked like a foul to me, but they didn't call it.
Well, if he gets a tech here, that would really be a momentum change.
43-38. And wow, they called a technical foul on Wooster.
Wow.
Trey Killens free throw up and in.
Maybe that was on Coach.
Yeah. So it's 43-39. All of a sudden, the Tigers within 4. It's Wooster basketball. Well, I got to admit, I thought that was definitely foul Daniel Asher. I mean, that was as much as that. And by the way, the worst call I've seen all year was a non-cold goaltending call in the first half. I mean, I think everybody in the arena, probably even the Worcester people, couldn't believe it.
Well, we had the best view.
But that was
That
was bad there. I thought Daniel Asher clearly knocked Nick Everett over.
I would agree with you.
Yeah. Jaden Cox-Holloway goes in. That looked like a foul. No call. Jameer Billings in the corner. Boy, Doug Klein
is really
ticked
beside
off.
himself, isn't he?
J.J. Klein going up, and that shot is blocked again.
That stuff out.
And now what do we have? Now I think they're calling a foul this time. They're going to call a foul on Daniel Asher. J.J. Klein goes down. Hopefully he's going to be okay. It's going to be 2 shots for J.J. Klein.
Well, Coach Crosey's upset because it looked like they weren't going to call a foul until Coach Klein got into it with the ref, and then he called it really late.
Well, again, the officials haven't been very good tonight, let's be honest.
It's been a rough night.
And they haven't been good either. I mean, again, I go back to that goaltending, which I just cannot believe they missed that.
Right.
But then again, down here, I thought it was very clear that Daniel Asher knocked Nick Everett down. Then he turned around and had a little easy 2-foot shot.
That's right. But
they got to get these teams settled down a little bit, too.
Well,
they're playing rough.
Wittenberg's got a great chance here. They'll get the ball. They're down 4.
Well, J.J. Klein's going to go to the line for 2, though, after the timeout.
That's right. Excuse me. But still, though, Wittenberg's, really wants to keep this below 5. And there's 17 minutes to go. It's 43-38.
Yeah, 43-39.
39,
4 points.
excuse me. And definitely a game that, well, I'll tell you, it's been a battle from the get-go.
And I tell you what, they're getting Jameer Billings. He's got 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He hadn't scored, but he's been a producer tonight. Made some nice passes.
Yeah, he has.
Done a nice job for those Scots. J.J. Klein free throw on the way, up and in. J.J. is 73% free throw shooter. I think that's a good. Dawson's got in for Daniel Asher. Daniel has 2 fouls in the game. Hits them both. J.J. Klein hits both free throws. He's now up to 8 points. And Tigers down 6. Trey Killens, Eddie Brown, Cameron Harrison, Dawson Scott, Jeff Queen out there.
Wow.
Nice drive,
Wow.
but he missed it. Trey Killens did a nice job to get there, just missed it.
Third layup, point blank, that they've missed this game. I'm counting them at 6 points, Dave.
If they'd hit those, we'd be tied.
Yep.
Jaden Cox-Holloway, long three, no good. That one didn't hit anything. That was put up by Jameer Billings.
Great box out by the Wittenberg big men. They were able to keep Everett off the glass and force the air ball. So good defense for Wittenberg coming out of the half.
Doug Klein's he's giving the official heck again. I don't know what about.
He's a big boy. You better watch it.
Trey Killens. Ball kicked by Jameer Billings. We've got 16-19 left to play in the ball game. Tigers down by 6, 45-39. Wooster getting ready to inbound. Or excuse me, Wittenberg, I should say. Trey Killens. Trey over to Cameron Harrison. Wittenberg really needs to get Cameron Harrison going a little bit to help out.
They do. He has only got 3 points, and he's a guy that they really depend on.
Trey Killens drive shot up off the glass, missed it again.
2 straight missed point blanks. That's 4 on the game.
And again, he may be getting a little tuckered out.
I thought he tried to do a little too much there. Just go straight up and finish.
Boy, they were really battling down the paint.
Yep.
Ashton Price with the basketball. Oh, and he knocks, and the same thing happened. He knocked Trey Killens down.
That's an absolute.
I don't know whether Doug Klein thinks that was a flop.
That's an offensive
and he's
foul. Man.
Yeah,
that's an offensive foul.
So they missed one down.
They're having trouble
both ends.
with this.
Yeah,
they really are.
And now Doug Klein looked like a double dribble, and now shot is blocked. The ball kicked out of bounds by Wittenberg. They got to get this game under control. First of all, they got to get both coaches. Doug Klein is going crazy, and you got to get both coaches to settle down if you want to do anything.
Boy, the Tigers, though, went on a little run there, and now they haven't put a point in for a number of opportunities.
Well, they were down by 4. Now it's 47-39.
And it's a situation where Wooster is, they've been upset and everything, but they're starting to get all these calls.
Well, I got to admit, I'm shocked that Matt Croce didn't get a technical in the first half.
Right.
And I'm absolutely shocked Doug Klein's not got technical.
Oh, my gosh.
He's literally on the court.
He's been all over the place.
He's going crazy.
Yeah, he
He's
has.
doing gesticulating, doing all kinds of stuff with his hands, but he's still hanging in there. So 15-20. And by the way, again, that doesn't mean, Wittenberg's losing because of officiating. I mean, Worcester's playing good basketball. The officiating, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Haven't been very good either way. I mean, the officials have not done a very good job tonight, and they're on the verge of letting this game get away. They've got to get the control of the game. 47-39, 15-20 left to play in our ball game.
Yeah, just anything out there.
So here we go. After the timeout. Yeah, Doug Klein, and I thought that maybe we double dribbled, but he was going crazy. And I was really shocked that he did not get a technical. Jameer Billings with the basketball for Wooster. Scots with a chance to take a double-digit lead. Their biggest leads tonight have been 9. They have yet to go into double digits. But if they hit one here, they're going to be in double digits. Nice pass into Nick Everett. He's got an easy bucket. Great pass by J.J. Klein.
Yeah, and they're making their point-blank shots. That's the thing. Everett, boy, he really clears things out down low.
So it's a 6-0 run. And now Wittenberg almost lost control of the ball. Jaden Cox-Holloway tried to save it.
Worcester,
I tell you what, Worcester's playing harder than Wittenberg.
They are, and Wooster they're denying the passing lanes. They're really making it hard on Wittenberg right here.
Tyler Galuch back in lineup.
This is critical for Wittenberg to get some points.
And Dean Tate back in lineup. Yeah, if they don't get something going, you can't let a good team like Wooster. I mean, Wooster can bury you. Eddie Brown in the lane, loose control of the basketball. Quickly ahead to Ashton Price. He's going in for a layup, up and in. And now 12-point lead.
Yeah, coach may want to get a timeout. He may want to talk it over. Looks like he's going to run a play.
Well, again, Wooster's playing great basketball. They've won 8 in a row, going for number 9. They've got to play. I'd love to see that game next week against Wabash. That ought to be a dandy. They're both 10-3 coming in the game tonight. Game's getting a little chippy out there too, I think.
Something Wooster's doing that's bothering Wittenberg in the paint is they call it rooting, R-O-O-T-I-N-G, and they also call it digging. And that's where you take a guy off one of the guard perimeter guys, maybe the opposite guy, and bring him over in the post and then double team and try to knock the ball out. It's really hard for a post player if he's not aware of it.
Isaiah Johnson back in the lineup for Wooster. Tyler Gluch with a drive, shot up, no good. I'm telling you, it is rough down there. I mean, you got to be, and I tell you, number 11, Isaac Rader and Eddie Brown have really been going at it. I mean, big time. And again, the officials got to settle this down or we're going to have some fisticuffs. Dawson Scott picks up the foul. And I mean, now the officials are getting Eddie Brown and Rader together and telling them settle down. And they were both really, when Wittenberg had the ball last time, they were really going at tooth and nail under the bucket. Now we're going to have a timeout. Wittenberg down 12. 13:35 left to play in our ball game. I think, are they going to come over and look? I think they're coming over to look and see if there's some kind of flagrant foul or something going on. But it's been kind of crazy down there, Coach.
It has, and you know, we're at a place right now, Dave, as a Wittenberg Tiger, if they don't turn this around, this is a place where Wooster could blow it open.
Yes.
And this is a critical time. You really want to try to get maybe, you know, exchange maybe 5 points here and close this out, get to the 10-minute mark, which is 3.5 minutes from now. But, boy, it'd be really nice to get to 45 or something and hold them to 51. But, you know, we'll see. But you really cannot let them go on a tear, because I think if Wooster goes up 20, it's going to be really hard to come back on these guys.
And if Wittenberg, they've lost 4 conference games. If they lose today, I don't know what Denison did, but that'll give Wittenberg 5 conference losses. And Denison had
only
5
got
going
3. Isn't there somebody that only has 3
Well,
losses?
2 teams, both Wabash and Wooster, and they play each other next week at Wabash. So, and by the way, Wittenberg has a huge game Wednesday night at Denison. These officials, they really got to get control of the game. They have let this game get way out of hand.
It almost seems like the game is too big for them.
Well, you know what? You hate to say it, but they need to just start calling fouls.
Yeah.
Even if it's a touch foul. I mean, you hate games like that.
Look at this.
But you got to do something.
The official on the main official on the floor brings Klein.
Croce and Klein are going. They're in each other's face.
That's right.
And now technical on both of them. Croce, and now Klein has just been thrown out of the game.
That's big right now, Dave. That's big. If I'm Croce, I go over the bench and shut up.
Well, I don't know. Croce might have got ejected too, but they only showed Klein getting ejected.
I thought it was Klein that went. I don't think.
I will say one thing. He would not. I mean, he will not quiet down, and if he got ejected, he has nobody to blame but himself.
Now, Croce's at a place he can't do anything now.
No, absolutely not.
He's gone.
But in a way, again, I blame the officials. They should have got these guys down right away.
That shows how they don't have control.
They should have told Klein and Croce right away, hey, we're officiating the game.
This is
you
it.
sit down, don't say another word. If you do, you're getting technical.
Now, Dave, you know rulings. Is there a ruling now with Klein? Is he out of the next game?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think.
I just wondered how that worked.
I know in high school, but I don't think he would be down for 2 games. But he's going to have to leave, I would think. He definitely got a second technical.
Oh, yeah, he cannot. He cannot come to the bench. He cannot be around. I don't.
No,
think
he's going to have to leave. He can't stay.
He can't even sit over here.
No, he can't. He's going to
He's
have to
gotta go
leave.
to the locker room.
Yes, he's got to go in the locker room. He can't stay here.
Ooh,
Wooster, by the way, Wooster always has a big crowd.
Worcester fans are up. They always bring a crowd.
Yeah.
But I'll
Doug
tell you
Klein's
what,
still hanging around.
yeah, Wittenberg's hanging around, but it looks like, what are they going to do? Is Klein, is he gone or?
Well, they definitely gave him the heave-ho. The one official gave him the yeah, he's got to be gone. They're telling him right now, I think he's got to go. I don't think the game's going to resume till he's gone. And now he's finally leaving the floor. Now he hasn't left the floor. Now he's coming back again. So I don't know what's going on. Ashton Price, free throw up and in. Maybe he hasn't got ejected, but it sure looked like he got ejected. Ashton Price hits first free throw.
Yeah, according to his nonverbals right now, he looks like he's still there.
He must not got ejected, because if you do, there's no way he should be out there when the game's going on.
Right.
Wait a minute, Matt Croce's leaving. Maybe Matt's the one that got ejected, but they pointed at Doug Klein.
So Croce had to leave.
So Croce got ejected, and all this time we thought was Doug Klein,
Wow.
and that's who they pointed at.
Wow.
Wow. Here we go. And that's what they have to do.
Call.
They have to call fouls. And if I'm one of these officials, if Doug Klein does one more thing that yells or anything, he would be gone too.
Yeah, see ya.
Yeah, but they did have. You got to call that foul. You can't let this game get out of hand. I mean, maybe Worcester's going to end up running away with it.
The assistant, Dave's, pardon me, the assistant for Wittenberg is Adam Bean. He's a great coach, great guy. He's going to take over with Matt out, and he's got his hands full.
You know, I'm shocked though, because they pointed at Klein.
They did.
And so I don't know. So I was, and actually at first I thought both coaches got ejected.
Yeah.
But anyway, they actually called a technical only on Wittenberg. Dean Tate with a basketball. Dean Tate going to put up a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Isaac Rader.
And that's not the way to get it back. You've got to attack the glass, get some foul trouble on Wooster. There's still a lot of time.
Nice pass, E.J. Copier.
You don't have to be desperate.
Copier turnaround shot, no good. I tell you, Wooster really has a good team.
Wow, they're getting
They're
everything.
a terrific team.
50-50 balls. And you said it earlier, it just looks like they want it more.
Yeah. Three-pointer, Ashton Price up and in. And now Klein.
Well, this is that.
Urging his team on.
This is that place we talked about.
58-39. Trey Killen's going to drive, put up a shot, no good, but he's fouled. And this is what's going to happen. They've got to. They've got to call fouls, even if it's a touch foul. You can't, because if you don't.
I think that was legitimate. I think
Yeah.
he got fouled going in. He took it, from the top of the point, beat his guy, took it down low. I think a couple guys got on him, but it.
And if it was a run, yeah, they're going to be calling that stuff, because they have to. They let it go too long.
19-point lead for Wooster. That's
58-39.
That's a tough one, man. That's really a
When
tough
these two teams played up at Wooster, it was a touch and go who was going to win it.
Yeah, and there's still only 12:33. I mean, there's that much time, lots of time in this game. So
Trey Killen's going for point number 18, missed a free throw.
And he has not been the same since that early part of the first half when he was just unstoppable.
Yes.
He put up 14, I believe, early.
Yeah, second shot up and in. He now has 18 points. Jameer Billings or Isaiah Johnson with the basketball. He's going to drive over to Ashton Price, and he got fouled. Good call. And that's before the shot. It's going to be out of bounds to Wooster. Is that Dan Hipsher down there, Coach? Just walking through there? Looked like Dan Hipsher was down this way to the left. He walked under.
I don't know.
Ashton Price. Did they call that a shooting foul, or is that?
Yeah, they did.
Oh no, that's 7 fouls on Wittenberg. 1-on-1. Okay, because there was no way it was a shooting foul. But it's 1-on-1, so that's 7th foul on Wittenberg. So Wittenberg's picked up 7 fouls in less than 8 minutes.
Yep.
Worcester has 4 fouls. Free throw up and in.
Worcester's making their free throws.
Well, Coach, you said you got to hold Wooster to 66
Yeah.
to win this game, and there's 12-18
Yeah.
left to play, and
They
Worcester
got
has 60.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do.
Well, I mean, I think they've shown they're the better team tonight.
Yeah, they have.
Dean Tate, three-pointer on the way, no good. And again, they've really played hard and they've wanted it more.
And again, a three that is so far. It just everybody thinks that making threes will get you back in the game, but you got to find a rhythm, and that's not the shot you want.
Dean Tate with a steal. He's going in for a shot, missed it. Ball knocked out of bounds by Wooster. Timeout. Is this a media timeout? Might be a media timeout. I don't think either team called it. So we've got 11:45 left to play in our ball game. We're going to take a break. You're listening to Wittenberg Basketball on the Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. We'll be back after this.
I don't need giant stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I did. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
All right, back here at Pam Smith Arena, Wittenberg inbound, down 20 points. Inbound, Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown has it stolen away by Jameer Billings. Now they call foul there. And again, I was telling you, Coach, they're calling fouls to be close. That did not look like a foul. That looked like a clean steal by Jameer Billings. But, again, they're calling it because they do not want this game to get out of hand.
But, you know, that's not good the other way.
I understand.
I get what you're saying, but it's like, come on. You're supposed to be in charge of this thing. Just take over. If it's a good call, fine. If it's not, don't call it.
Problem is they
But
took
they've
so
missed
long.
so many.
Trey Killens with the basketball. Yeah, this is, I don't like to criticize
That's too
officials.
far, man. Too far of
Right.
a three. I don't know what.
But this is without a doubt the worst officiated game I've seen all
Yeah.
year. And not just against Wittenberg.
Yeah.
They made some terrible calls on Wooster. That down there, I thought Jameer Billings definitely stole the ball. In the lineup, Vinny Vacalis back in. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Rebound, and there you go, just like
It's
that.
another
Nick
rebound.
Everett runs it down.
Yeah.
They want it more. They've wanted it more the whole night. Jaden Cox-Holloway, by the way, missed that three. Wooster with the basketball. And now almost a nice play by Jaden Cox-Holloway. Saved a turnover. Now three-pointer had to be thrown up by Isaac Rader. Not a whole lot he could do. He had to throw it up. Shot clock was going down.
The Tigers, Dave, cannot dribble down the floor and not pass the ball, but the guy with the ball just step up and shoot a long three. And that's what they've done here 3 or 4 times in the last 4 minutes. You've got to work the ball. You keep running your offense. You'll get some good shots.
Cameron Harrison with the basketball. To Trey Killens. Trey in the corner. Jeff Queen. Jeff Queen, three on the way. Jeff Queen with a three.
Great job. They swung the ball. They got the movement. They moved the defense and then came right back. And a great offensive play for Wittenberg.
His third three of the game.
Tigers are trying to put a little pressure on. They need to get the ball back.
Down low to Nick Everett. Boy, he gets it down low, and he dishes off. Three-pointer, Isaac Rader up and in.
I think that's, yep. But another guy off the bench, Dave. They've had so many guys come off the bench and play well.
They have got a ton of really good players.
They're playing really well right now. You know, you talked about 8 games in a row.
Yes.
You can see why.
Cameron Harrison, 3, no good. Eddie Brown fighting for the rebound. Nick Everett goes down, now stolen away by Cameron Harrison. And he just traveled. Man, Cameron Harrison took like 2 steps after stealing the basketball. Eddie Brown shot from baseline, no good. Rebound comes down to number 12, Isaiah Johnson. 9:15 left to play in our ball game. 63-43. So I tell you what, the game Wednesday night is going to be crucial for Wittenberg when they go to Denison. Foul on Jeff Queen. He fouls J.J. Klein. J.J. Klein going to go to the line for 1 and 1. Dawson Scott, Tyler Galuch, and Cal Bavinall back in lineup for Wittenberg. By the way, Coach, what do you think of John Carroll coming into the conference?
I think it's great. I think it's really great, and because they're super competitive. I think the thing that came out during this meeting with some of the guys that played on that team in 93, 94.
Yeah, J.J. Klein good on the first free throw. Yeah.
Is that the potential of Wittenberg going to the OAC? That's the first time I've ever heard that.
Oh, you're saying that Wittenberg may go back to the OAC?
That's what talking to a couple of the guys said, that this would be a time. Maybe it was, I don't even know. It was one of the guys who knows a lot about what's going on in college. And he said that he thought that possibly Wittenberg might make that move over there, which would be interesting, wouldn't it?
That looked like an offensive foul on Tyler Galuch. They call a block. Let's face it. Let's be truthful. A lot of people never wanted Wittenberg to leave the OAC.
There's no doubt.
A lot of people were very unhappy when that happened.
Dave.
But they've done a nice job.
I want you to hear this.
Yeah.
John Carroll might be the best team in the entire Division III.
Oh, that's what I've heard.
They're that
They
good.
said when they come in, they may start dominating and everything.
Yeah.
Said women also.
Yeah, this year they might be the number 1 team in all of Division III. Last year Mount Union went to the finals and gave it away. They had the game won.
In football?
Basketball.
Oh, basketball, okay.
They were that good in basketball. That's hard to believe.
Well, I know John Carroll's got to be tired of getting beat by Mount Union in football.
Right.
3-pointer put up by Wittenberg, no good. Back the other way. Isaiah Johnson, now steal. Cal Bavinall down. And scoring is Cameron. Cameron scores on the layup. Cameron Harrison, he gets fouled, so he's got a chance. But that's the difference right now. Now, they're up by 23 points when that ball is stolen. You would think, just let them go down and score. Why try and foul? No. Worcester's trying to block the shot still.
Yeah, they are.
They're not giving up anything easy. 64-46, Trey Killen's back in for Cameron Harrison. Cameron now 6 points, doubled his point output. And by the way, Doug Klein has definitely settled down. But it was interesting, he and Matt Croce were really going at it mid-court. With a basketball, Ashton Price. Ashton Price. Still with the bat now, almost a steal. And now offensive foul.
Great defense by Wittenberg.
Vinny Vacalis.
Yeah, that was great. Moving your feet. Wittenberg got out in front of the driver, Vacaris, and
I thought it was
the offensive foul.
I thought it was a charge, but I understand why the Wooster fans are mad, because I think Wittenberg got away with one down here. But again, these officials are going to start calling stuff left and right. We got 8 minutes left.
8 minutes, that's a lot of time.
It could take 40 minutes if they keep calling all that. But, like I said, they've got to try and keep the game under control. With the drive, Trey Killens goes up for a shot, and he definitely got fouled. Now they're mad, but that was definitely a foul. But, it's funny. You watch the NBA, and the guy will cramp. He'll smack somebody in the arm, and then they go crazy like, that wasn't a foul. And then they show it on replay, and Obviously a foul.
Well, they're babies. They make too much money.
All right,
In my
64
opinion.
foot. Let's keep it right here. By the way, tomorrow, big thing going on as far as women's college basketball.
What's going on?
Well, I'm not even talking about the Super Bowl.
Oh.
I'm talking about Caitlin Clark. How about Caitlin Clark? 29 points away from tying Kelsey Plum, 30 points away from being the all-time leading scorer in NCAA.
Can I admit something?
What's that?
I'm not a big girls basketball fan.
Oh,
okay?
man.
Now
you
wait a
gotta be
minute. Now
kidding
wait
me.
a minute.
I love the girls.
Now wait a
game.
minute.
Okay.
I haven't been,
Yes.
but I'm a huge Caitlin Clark fan.
Yeah.
And because she is so good, I've never seen anything like it. She is more fun than any male player. NBA, I mean, she is a delight.
She's the
And
face of college basketball, men
Oh,
and
there's
women.
no doubt. And that game in Columbus when
Oh.
Ohio State beat them, she had 45.
Yeah, that was the best of both worlds, and the Buckeyes still won.
I wanted to go to that game. I still kick myself for not going, but people who went said it was absolutely the most incredible thing it was a pageant. It
Ohio
was,
State men are lucky to get 10,000,
Yeah.
18,000 for that
I
game.
hate to say it, but they're going to be looking for a new coach.
Trey Killens, they did win today in double overtime, the men.
Yeah.
Trey Killens at the line, misses a first free
Yeah,
throw.
he's hadn't been the same since those first, 15 minutes.
64-46. Trey Killens. Free thrown away. 64-47.
Really like the way he plays. Really think he's exceptional. Maybe the best player in the league. Only a junior. Can't wait to see him get better. Wittenberg's got some really nice young players.
Yeah.
I think they've got a good future.
But I tell you what, Wooster, and they don't have, J.J. Klein's a senior. Of course, Nick Everett. He's a senior, man.
Everett's the key.
They're going to miss him.
They're going to really miss him.
But then again, you don't know. Do these guys have an extra year they can take because of COVID?
I don't know.
A lot of times you don't know that. Just like Caitlin Clark, I'm sure she's coming back next year to Iowa. She'll make more money in Iowa than she can make in the WNBA.
Yeah, they
Shot
said-
put up and in by Vinny Vacalis.
They said she'll make in the WNBA very little, but she's making about $1 million right now.
Yeah, she makes over $800,000.
She could do that another year.
And she'd be crazy not to.
Oh, I agree.
Pass thrown out of bounds by Dawson Scott. Turnover. 66-47.
Great idea by Dawson, but you got to kind of lob it so it goes. It's got a higher arch. You can't go straight with it; it'll go out of bounds. But again, that's what you do. Good steal.
That was a stupid
Full
play.
court pressure, and they get the steal. Wittenberg.
Yeah, trying to throw long.
That's another thing.
Easily picked
Again,
off.
why would you shoot that? What?
Trey Killens just thought he got fouled on a three.
Yeah, but even so, you're the best player. I don't know. It's just so hard to watch.
I think Doug Klein is saying that Trey Killens been flopping.
Oh, that's
because
ridiculous.
he got mad earlier in the game when Trey Killens went down.
I mean, I could have. I think that's one thing I will say. He could have been called for a foul, but it was just such a quick shot.
Yeah. J.J. Klein with the basketball. Passes ahead. Vinny Vacalis. Cal Bavin on him. Ashton Price, three on the way. In and out. Rebound. Cal Bavin.
Good push by Wittenberg.
Eddie Brown to Jeff Queen. Dishes off Daniel Asher. Dishes off to Eddie Brown. Eddie drives in the lane. Scores. And they're going to call that a basket. That, I got to admit, that looked like a continuation. But Eddie Brown's going to go to the line for one free throw.
Well, I just am glad they didn't call a charge because the way they've been calling him the whole game.
Yeah, well, I think they
got by him, but
I think
you never know.
I think they very easily could have called a charge.
Yeah.
But I will say Doug Klein has really settled down since I think he knows he's on thin ice if he does anything else.
But you bring up a great point. I thought when they threw him out, they threw Matt out. I thought they threw him out.
Yeah, it was crazy because when they did the ejection sign, they pointed towards Doug Klein.
They really did.
So we all thought Doug Klein had been ejected. And then I thought, well, maybe they both got ejected, but they only showed one sign. They must have just flipped it the wrong way. But Matt Croce did leave.
Tigers doing a really good job in their pressure full court.
66-50. 16-point lead for Wooster.
Tigers trying to squeeze a few turnovers here, get back. Maybe if they could score 6 to 8 here.
I tell you,
unanswered.
Wooster really has a good team. I'm surprised they've lost as many games as they have. And now, stepping on the line, Vinny Vacalis. Nice rebound, he just couldn't stay in bounds.
Right.
Dean Tate getting ready to check back in for Wittenberg. He's coming in for Cal Bavinall. Trey Killens with the basketball. By the way, Wittenberg women won earlier today over Worcester, 74-38. Trey Killens with the basketball. Starting to drive, and he gets fouled. Trey Killens going to go to the line. By the way, that's a 10. Worcester has over 10 fouls, so Wittenberg shooting 2 the rest of the way.
And Dave, here's that point. 5:30, that's a lot of time. When you have the ball on offense, take it to the glass. Have them make a call, you go to the line. Time doesn't run.
Yes.
So every play now should be a penetration, a dish off into the post, and get a foul.
And when you're behind, what do you love to do? Score with the clock off.
Exactly. And that's what can happen if they can play a little D.
Foul on Dean Tate.
I think he did. I think he was holding, trying to get a steal, and he wouldn't let the Wooster player get to it.
And Dean almost got a technical, I think. He, even some of the players should be tight-lipped instead of, kind of barking a little bit at the officials or complaining. Ashton Price going to be at the line where he is an 81% free throw shooter. Ashton on the night, 16 points, looking for 17, 18. He averages 15.5, so he's got his average. Again, man, I'd love to see the game next Saturday. Again, I'll have the game here against Kenyon. I don't know what time they play Wabash next week.
Did you want me to do that one with you?
I don't
know. I mean, I really enjoyed doing this one. I just wish the Tigers would have played better.
Well, I can definitely let you know in case Jackson Lightcap can't make it.
Right.
Dean Tate to Jeff Queen, three-pointer corner, no good, but Jeff's fouled.
Gonna shoot 3.
Gonna shoot 3.
Can't ask for anything better other than a make.
Yeah, I'm really surprised at Wooster. They come in tonight 14-8. How in the world have they lost 8 games with? And maybe they just gelled late, but they're really playing good basketball.
If you study their wins and losses, their losses, they lost 2 games by 1.
Okay.
And they've won a couple games by 1. So they've had a lot of really close games. I think the only game that they got blown out in was, I can't remember if it was Widener or Purdue, Fort Wayne.
Yeah.
But they did get beat by a pretty good amount. But like you said, that was early in the year. But, man, they've been on a roll.
Yeah, 8 in a row, going to be 9 after tonight unless Wittenberg comes up with a miracle. Jeff Queen just missed 2 of 3.
Yeah, that hurts.
So now it's 68-53. They have cut it back to 15. Could have been 13 if he hits all those. Vinny Vilakis with the basketball. Vacalis, I'm sorry. Vacalis. Oh, what a great pass by Ashton Price.
Yeah.
Behind the back. What an assist.
That was
to
nice.
Nick Everett.
Yeah, that was nice.
Off the glass. Jeff Queen, long 3, up and in.
Nice 3. Now put some pressure
on. It always
on.
kills me how the guys hit the 3s and then they go to the foul line 15 feet away, nobody guarding them, and they clank them.
Is that a foul?
Timeout by Wooster.
Wow.
All of a sudden, the Tigers within 14.
I like it.
With 4:28, the clock's still running. I don't think it should be running.
No.
They got to stop the clock from running. I think everybody's yelling now, the clock is running.
You were talking about making free throws, and, one of the teams that, love the Wittenberg Tigers. They're my team, but the team I grew up and then coached with them, got my master's degree, is the Dayton Flyers.
Yes.
Now, here's an interesting thing that Duran is his first name, but he plays for Dayton. He's a post guy, and he's considered one of the best players in the country. They lost the other night by 2.
Last night.
Last night by 2. He had 13 free throws and only made 5.
Yeah, and they had all kinds of chances to tie that game at the end.
But
Couldn't
just
tie it.
think if you make free throws.
Yeah, well, Ohio
free throws.
State won today in double overtime. It was tied, and a player for Maryland went to the line. He shoots 81%.
Yeah, I heard
Barely
you say
missed
that.
the first free throw, but then the second one was terrible. It was
Yeah,
clanked,
yeah.
and they ended up going to overtime. And then in double overtime, 2 other times they had a player go to the line and miss both free throws from Maryland.
Oh, my goodness. It's if you're a coach and you realize that those games can be won at the line, oh, my goodness.
Ashton Price with the basketball. And if you're Wooster, you want to keep the ball in his hands.
Yes, you do.
Because he is such a good free throw shooter. With the basketball, Isaac Rader. He's going to drive Isaac Rader. And they're going to call a charge. Kind of a delayed call.
That was so delayed.
And I don't think there's any doubt it was a charge.
Yeah, it was a charge, but it was like they weren't going to call it.
And the Wooster fans are upset. Doug Klein doesn't say a thing.
Yeah, he knows better because he knows if he says anything, he's going to go.
Yeah.
Boy, the Tigers could use a basket here. Get to the line. You could really make this interesting with a basket in the paint. There it is.
Trey Killen's going up. He scores.
There it is. Now play some D.
70-58 with
Yes.
4 minutes exactly to play.
Yes, they've really played well here with that pressure and then the ability to get in the paint. And that's been the thing all day, Dave. We've talked about it since the beginning. Man, if you can beat this team if you go get into the paint, get some shots around the basket, and then also get them in foul trouble.
Well, remember, you said got to hold them to 66. They're now at 70. By the way, they averaged 78.2 points per game.
And I said if Wittenberg could score 76, that was what I wanted them to do. So, we're a little bit away from that, but it'd be fun to see Wittenberg get hot right now and make this thing even more exciting.
It's been a good game. It's just a shame that it came down that it got so rough in the second half. And
you're going to remember the officiating. That's the sad part.
Yes.
You really are. On both sides.
And I think I know where Matt Croce finally got irritated with Doug Klein trying to manipulate the officials, but both teams usually try and do that, both coaches.
And how about the 1993-94 Final Four team? 30 years, they came tonight, and I'll tell you, you look at the banners that are here, this Wittenberg program is the best in the country. They're the winningest program in all of Division III, and it's just a tremendous place for basketball.
And Wooster, man, they've done a great job. They just haven't won a title, but they've had some great years. That's the thing about basketball. You can be great, but all it takes is one bad night. Nick Everett gets fouled. He's going to go to the line for 2. I think that foul was on Daniel Asher. Let's wait and see. No, yeah, it was on Daniel Asher. It's his third. Nick Everett going to go to the line for 2, where Nick Everett is a 66% free throw shooter. Nick Everett on the night has 14 points, and he's 2 for 2 from the foul line. Missed the first free throw. By the way,
that's big.
I'm a little surprised. He only has 4 rebounds. Isaiah Johnson with 5. Isaac Rader with 6 to lead Wooster. And really for Wittenberg, leading rebounders, Cameron Harrison with 3. J.J. Klein going to get a deserved rest. Isaac Rader back in the lineup.
Boy, J.J. Klein, the son of Coach Doug Klein, he is really a battler. He's a guy you'd love to have on your team.
Oh, my goodness.
2 misses.
Nick Everett missed both free throws.
Now get it inside. You don't have to take a long bomb.
Trey Killen's this way. He's doing driving. Ball is blocked. And now Wittenberg, nice play by Cal Bavanaugh
Good save.
to knock it off the leg of Isaiah Johnson.
Boy, they're taking it inside.
I think Trey Killens needed to do that, though.
Yeah, they're taking it inside against Everett, and he's a shot blocker. I mean, he loves to shoot. Get it inside.
Trey Killens is fouled.
That's a big foul. That's a big foul. Time is
Vinny Vacalis.
imperative, 3:25, and you got a chance to make it a 10-point game. Your best player? That's amazing.
Here we go. Trey Killens going to be at the line. Trey on the night, 23 points, 7 for 9 from the foul line.
Folks, there's time.
Free throw, missed it. That's his third miss tonight.
Gosh,
he can't believe it. He cannot believe it.
Yeah. I don't think anybody can. He's that good a shooter. Yeah, these are the ones you look at after your game and you go, oh.
Ashton Price, he is 8 for 8 from the foul line tonight.
11 points.
Daniel Asher back in line. Cameron Harrison going to leave. 70-59, 3 and a quarter left.
Full court pressure.
3 minutes, 25 seconds. Now steal by Jeff Queen. That was a terrible pass. And you could just see it coming.
Don't be in a hurry. Just make sure you get a good shot in the paint.
Trey Killens. Stop, pop from the baseline, up and in.
Cut it to 9.
70-61. Pass ahead. Vinny Vacalis.
Wooster playing a little tight right now with the pressure.
Jameer Billings, nice drive in the lane, puts up a shot. No good. Rebound comes down. And we're going to have, what we got here? I think we're going to call, probably going to get Trey Killens for maybe undercutting. He didn't mean to, but he just went down. It was just one of those things.
We thought it was a jump ball. Coach Adam Bean and all the Wittenberg Tiger fans are upset because they thought it was a situation where the ball bounced around and they both grabbed it, but they called a foul.
Well, I think Trey Killens didn't mean to, but he undercut him when he went down. And so going back the foul line is Nick Everett, where he's 2 for 4. He missed his last 2 there.
The senior, Nick Everett, has been usually pretty good with his free throws.
He hit that one, 71-61.
Got a 10-point game.
2:53 left to play. Got Ashton Price, Isaac Rader, Vinny Vacalis, Isaiah Johnson, and Nick Everett out there.
Made them both.
Trey Killens, Jeff Queen, Eddie Brown, Cameron Harrison, Cal Bavinall out there for the Tigers.
11-point game.
Cal Bavinall to Jeff Queen, long 3. In and out. That thing was halfway down. And now a nice play by Cal Bavinall.
Jump ball.
Because of jump ball. However, it'll be Wooster ball in the alternating possession. Nice play by Cal Bavinall to get in there.
Still a very long shot, and I'm telling you can get it inside. But
yeah, but that thing was halfway down and came out.
You got to take it.
J.J. Klein.
Every possession now is so important, Dave.
Played a good game. He made a terrible pass a couple minutes ago. He tried to go long, and it was an easy pickoff by Jeff Queen. Get right inbound. Jameer Billings back in lineup for Wooster. Back to J.J. Klein. Ahead to Ashton Price. Again, that's who you want the ball in the hands of, Ashton Price. Jameer Billings. 15 on the shot clock. Yeah, Wooster doesn't have to be in a hurry. I certainly would not be in a hurry. And there's a foul on Daniel Asher.
Yeah, the bad part about that foul was the clock had run a pretty good amount. You had it down in a situation where you might as well play it out.
Yeah, and you're 30 feet away from the bucket.
Yeah.
Jameer Billings shoots 82% from the foul line. It's another guy you don't really want to foul.
No.
Although he was short on that one.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah, that's
what you do.
That's the announcer's jinx.
It is. I'll take another one.
But you could see when he took that shot, it was just too high.
It was a little. He was in a hurry.
And you could see it wasn't going to. I mean, it did hit the front of the rim. I bet this one's nothing but net. Well, no. Gosh.
Wow.
That was
Tigers,
worse than the first one.
This is the play that's so important.
Trey Kill, oh my goodness.
Missed a layup.
And
point blank.
Nobody was on him.
6 point-blank plays. And
Nick Everett's going to finish it off with a dunk.
Oh, my goodness.
And now he's getting a technical.
Yeah,
I don't think for hanging on the rim. I think he's getting a technical for taunting.
Could be.
Although I don't know who he taunted. Didn't really look like he taunted a player. Now Doug Klein's giving him heck. Kids, you got to play the motion. 74-61. Trey Killen's going to be at the line. Free thrown away, and he missed again. Man, Trey Killen's, I don't know where he's just tired now, but he is now 8 for 12 from the foul line. Yeah, I think that dunk pretty much put this baby away. 13 points with 2:05 left. I don't think you're coming back. This Wooster team's just too good. And they play tremendous defense. Cal Bavanaugh, Eddie Brown, over to Cam Harrison. Trey Killen's long three, count it. Trey Killen's points number 27, 28, and 29. Back to a 10-point lead with 111 ticks left. Got 151 left to play in our game. We'll just keep it right here. I want to thank everybody for the help tonight here at the table. AJ, Henry, Kevin Fowler, of course, Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. And hope you've enjoyed the games this year. I will be back. One more home game for both of you. The women are done with the home games, unless, of course, until tournament time. Hopefully they'll each have a game at home in the quarterfinals. And Wittenberg will have, the men will have one more home game next Saturday against Kenyon. Wittenberg women will be on the road at Oberlin and Ohio Wesleyan. Big week coming up for them. And a big game for Wittenberg men Wednesday at Denison, if indeed they do lose this game. Ashton Price, the J.J. Klein, they head to Jameer Billings. The J.J. Klein. Vinny Villekas, three-pointer, no good. Nice play. Nick Everett, he got fouled. Vikalis. I keep saying Villekas. It's Vikalis. I apologize. Vinny Vikalis put up the three, no good, but Nick Everett right there for the rebound, got fouled.
And again, Wooster so good at the offensive glass. You know, they're not a huge rebounding team, but they usually match everybody. They usually win in the rebounding column.
Well, you know, another nice thing about when they play Wooster always brings a great crowd.
They do. They do.
And so we have a nice crowd here tonight, great crowd. Nick Everett, free throw up and in. Back in lineup, Jameer Billings.
You know, and Dave, you talk about.
And Isaac Rader.
You talk about Nick Everett, and he's a matchup that's really hard. I don't know of anybody in the league that can match up with him. He's so strong.
He's going for point number 19. He's now the leading scorer for Wooster tonight.
He's really, really good. He's a tough matchup.
Trey Killen's Jeff Queen, three on the way, no good. Rebound knocked around, picked up by Vinny Vikalis. Long pass down court to Ashton Price, layup up and in. 78-64. Tigers down 14. Minute 13 to play. Trey Killen's going in, and he scores, and he got fouled. Now, why would Nick Everett even try and stop that, really? You pick up the foul. You know, you're almost better off letting them score. You don't want to let them score the clock off.
The only thing is, we talked about before the game, he loves to block shots.
Yeah.
And so, but how about Killen? I mean, he is really good. He went through a stretch where he just couldn't make anything, and we said, you know, here's a guy that was only 8 for 12 from the free throw line. We'll see. Hopefully he can nail this one, but just been a.
But for Nick Everett, that's only foul number 2, so.
Hard to believe the way he plays.
Yeah, but you just think at this point in the junction, why foul him and let him score with the clock off?
That's true.
Sometimes you're better off, especially when you have a nice lead, just let him score. Get the ball back.
That shows you that competitiveness.
Yeah, you're right. Worcester, they play hard, and now you're going to have a foul in Wittenberg.
Yeah, somebody got
either
shoved.
Jeff Queen or Dawson Scott. And it's Ashton Price going to go to the line. And I guarantee he's not missing 2 free throws. By the way, well, now it says Nick Everett with 20 points and Ashton Price with 20 points.
Wow.
So here we go. So they both have 20.
What's Killen got?
Killen has 32.
Wow.
And Jeff Queen has 15.
Boy, Killen's a player.
And by the way, Wooster with 2 players with 9 points each, Isaiah Johnson and J.J. Klein. Ashton Price now with point number 21.
You know, that's the other point.
9 for 9 from the foul line.
The points off the bench were really important for Wooster.
Oh, yeah. Hit both free throws. Cameron Harrison back in the game. Tigers down 13 with 66 seconds to play. Trey Killens with a basketball. Trey going to drive again. Goes up, throws it wildly, no good, but Eddie Brown right there put it up and in. Timeout, Wittenberg, full timeout. All right, it's 80-69. We're going to take one more break in our ball game. 80-69, 57.2 seconds left to play. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this. You're listening to Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. We'll be back.
Stadiums. I don't need to be lectured. The world telling me how it's all falling apart before I've even gotten started. What I need is my own pen. I need mentors, advisors, and brilliant minds who put just as much into my success as I do. I need more than a university. I need a partner who believes that a higher education takes all of us.
Welcome back here to Wittenberg University, Springfield, Ohio. By the way, Coach, I think winter's coming back here in a day or two. It's been such great weather here the last few days. J.J. Klein getting right inbound, 80-69. 11-point lead for Wooster. J.J. Klein with the basketball to Ashton Price. And he lost control of it, stolen by Wittenberg. Now they're going to call foul on
That's
Ashton
even
Price.
better.
Yeah, Ashton Price. And he just lost control of the basket. He knows it. He just lost control of it, and then he fouled Eddie Brown. But he's played a great game. I mean, come on. Ashton Price, 22 points, 10 for 10 from the foul line. 1 assist tonight. He's allowed a little gaff, I think. Eddie Brown, free throw short. Eddie Brown, second free throw on the way. Tigers really not taking advantage of these free throws. It's the second one. Tigers now 14 of 21. And now we have a timeout by Wooster with 49.8 seconds. Back to a 10-point lead again, Coach. 80-70.
Yeah, it's hard when you go 14 of 21 from the free throw line.
By the way, the next game for Wooster, you're going to be at Hiram. Hiram is yet to win a game this year in the conference. And so I don't think they're going to have to worry much about there. So I think I would love to see the game next week, Worcester at Wabash.
No doubt about it. That'll be a good one. And we've talked about this now that Wooster has gotten this win. It'll be 9 straight.
Yes.
And they're going to need that enthusiasm and that fight to go over there and try to win, because that's a tough place to play at.
By the way, they'll be at double digits after the win Wednesday. Let's not fool ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Hiram is not beating Wooster, even though the game's at Hiram.
Right. Now, last year, Hiram might have given them some trouble. Hiram was
Well, you remember
good.
when Hiram used to be a house of horrors for the Wittenberg men's basketball team.
Right.
But things have really changed. Last few years, Hiram, unfortunately for them,
I think
they've
Hiram,
gone down.
Didn't Hiram beat Wittenberg last year?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
They did.
All right, so here we go. 80-70. J.J. Klein getting ready to inbound it. Gets into Ashton Price. Back to J.J. Klein. Nice pass ahead. Vinny Vacalis. Jameer Billings is fouled by Cal Bavinall. Jameer Billings going to go to the line. Again, And he's 82%. I don't remember the last time he was at the line. He missed the first one by a little, but just the second one was a real brick. I mean, remind me if you watch any of the Ohio State game that happened at the end of regulation. One of their best free throw shoots from Maryland just barely missed a free throw.
He missed another.
And then threw up a terrible shot.
He's missed 3 in a row.
Yeah, he's just missed 3 in a row. And that one wasn't close either.
No, that was. I
That
thought
was
it was
way off.
Thought it was going to stick. 80-70 though, Wooster, and they've got
Jameer Billings this time, and he missed them both
missed 4
again.
in a row. Come on.
Wow.
Come on, Witt. We need a basket.
They're trying to let Wittenberg back in it. Cal Bavin on 3,
time.
way woefully off. Cameron Harrison going to put up a 3, I thought. No. Send it out to Jeff Queen. Jeff will put one up, I would think. 25 seconds play. Got to put something shot up. Cameron Harrison throws one up. No good. But a nice play by Eddie Brown to knock it off. Nick Everett. Back in the lineup is going to be Isaiah Johnson. Also, J.J. Klein for Wooster. We're down to 19.8 seconds. Wooster going to win number 9 in a row. They're now going to be 15-8 on the year, 11-3 in conference play. Trey Killen's 3 from the corner, no good. Rebound comes down. And getting the rebounds, Isaiah Johnson. And Wooster's going to come out with a win, 80-70. Your final score here tonight in our men's game, Wooster Fighting Scots 80, the Wittenberg Tigers 70. Take a look at the final team numbers. For Wooster, 25 of 43, 58%. That is sizzling, Coach. 24 of 61 from the field, 39% for Wittenberg. Wittenberg, 8 of 27 beyond the arc, 30%. 9 of 18, again, what a night for Wooster, 50%. Free throws, Wittenberg 21 of 20, or Wooster 21 of 28, 75%. Wittenberg 14 of 22, 64%. Turnovers, Wooster had 19 turnovers, but still won by 10. Wittenberg had 9 turnovers. Points off turnovers, Wittenberg 23, Wooster 8. Just think if Wooster hadn't turned the ball over that much. Total rebounds, Wooster all over that, 31-20. Offensive rebounds, 7 each. Assists, Wittenberg 11, Wooster 17. Blocks, Wooster 6, Wittenberg none. Steals, Wittenberg 13, Wooster 4. Bench points, Wooster 27 and Wittenberg 3. Second chance points, Wittenberg 13, Wooster 9. Points in the paint, 30-28 Wooster. Fast break points, Wooster 10, and thank you, and Wittenberg 4. Now let's take a look at your final unofficial scoring. In the game for Wooster, 2 points for Jaden Cox-Holloway, 5 points for Vinny Vikalis, 6 points for EJ. Let's see, that's trying to find EJ Copier. And then Isaac Rader finished with 7, J.J. Klein with 9, Isaiah Johnson with 9, 20 for Nick Everett. By the way, he finished with 7 rebounds, and 22 points for Ashton Price. For Wittenberg tonight, 1 point for Dean Tate, 2 for Grayson Steary, 4 for Daniel Asher, 6 for Cameron Harrison, 10 for Eddie Brown, 15 for Jeff Queen, and Troy Killens tonight with 32 points. Leading the way rebounding for Wittenberg was Eddie Brown with 5. So again, Coach, thanks so much for your help this evening. It's been was a good day for the women. They beat Wooster 74-28, but the Wooster men come in. They send their winning streak to 9 in a row as they beat Wittenberg 80-70.
They've done a great job. And one of the stats you look at the end was Wooster 31 rebounds. They averaged 31 a game. Wittenberg averages around 31, but Wittenberg only had 20 rebounds, which is huge. And usually the team that out-rebounds the other wins. And it was a game, when you look at it and you see that Wooster shot at 55%, had 9 threes, lots of players coming off the bench scoring. The post play was really good.
Yeah.
Everett was really tough. And Witt, I talked about it earlier, Dave, but as the game went on, Wittenberg missed 6 point-blank layups, 12 points.
Yeah.
And I don't think people realize that, but that's the win.
Yeah.
That's the game right there. And I know we say that's not one thing or the other, But I'm telling you, if they make those layups, it's a different ballgame.
All right, so the final tonight, 80-70. You've been listening to Wittenberg Sports Network, powered by TKDS Sports. Glad you're with us tonight. So for the coach,
Enjoyed
Jim
it,
Scobie,
Dave. Yep.
This is Dave Williams saying one last time. Our final score tonight, Wooster 80, Wittenberg 70. Good night, everybody.